Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. We're playing a Sid Conjurer of Fedos for the 0.18 release tournament. We just finished up a labyrinth, well, mostly. We're going to leave that guy alone, at least until we've rested. And I'm thinking, I should pick up this Broad Axe, even though, I just can't imagine ever wanting it, because, who knows, it could be amazing. It doesn't hurt me to carry it out of the lab, so that's what I'm going to do. And now that we're rested, we will go fight this guy. It's just a Minotaur zombie, should be no big deal. Right? Alright, zombies can't use stairs. See you later. Okay. It's a little bit late in the game to still be using a level 2 spell as your main damage source, but it seems to be doing pretty well, honestly. How's our long blades going? We're at 5. Okay. So, priority 1 here, get back upstairs. Although, I should have done so with more health and with all of my mushrooms, right? That's pretty good, important. Alright, I'll go ahead and chop this guy up. Oh, and I'll drop all the stuff that I just, do not really want. Like this blowgun, I never use it. I'm never gonna use it. That's just the way it is. Let's try on this new sword. No way! +6! I'm glad the Minotaur didn't spawn on it. Because these days monsters are only allowed to pick up items when they spawn on the square, or they're out, or they're on, or you've never seen the items. The idea is we don't want to encourage dumb, boring plays like, oh, every time I see an item, go throw it in some lava just in case a monster wants it. So now, any items you've seen, monsters are not allowed to pick up. Unless the monster was placed on the same square as the items and has just woken up, then they can. So I feel like inside of labyrinths, Minotaurs should be placed on top of the loot more often now. I don't know if that's a good change, but it's something that occurs to me anyway. So what I'm getting at is it's a good thing the Minotaur didn't have a +6 longsword of slicing on him, or we probably would be dead. Anyway, this is a good weapon now. And I'm going to go ahead and make it my main here. Until such time, anyway, as we... Where are the stairs? Oh, they're over here. Oh, and try on this new shield as well? +0 shield of reflection. Probably pretty good compared to... Oh, no! I forgot. It's not a big deal, but I was going to leave all my stuff on the ground here like an idiot. Let's go back and get the stuff I dropped before going into the lab. Okay, so there's a gargoyle coming. Fine. Oh, I can't even use sunlight, huh? Skenderans? Not great damage, huh? It didn't even hurt him. Dazzling spray. Again? Searing ray? Alright. Good work, mushrooms. That's why we're working on invocations. That's why we're staying at 1-star piety, because mushrooms are just too good. The only things here we might want are this shield. Let's drop the stuff we really don't want. Oh yeah, the dragon scales. Alright, can I still cast spells in this? Because... Oh yeah. That's a serious upgrade, isn't it? We're up to 1210, and we were at 813. That's actually not a big improvement at all. But it would mean that we could train armor productively. I think it might be a little too early to switch. We're still reliant on our spells quite a bit, and we couldn't cast them, and it wouldn't actually improve our defense as much. It's a great find eventually, but not yet. Let's drop this whip here. And I'll continue wearing the buckler, I think. My shields are at 6? Oh wait, isn't it only at 9 that I need to make a shield be good? It is. Okay, so actually, surprise! I was just talking about my shield, but that was actually 5 days ago, believe it or not. It doesn't sound like it to you. But I was coming down with a cold, and I started just like sneezing and coughing and stuff, and then it was like not in any kind of shape to record for several days. So I had to stop recording in the middle, but I'm not going to make that a 5-minute episode. We're just going to continue here 5 days in the future. In the meantime, 8 people have indeed won Formicid Conjurer, so I think even if we win, we don't get the Nimelex points. I'm not really sure how that works. Maybe we do. Because we started it before it had been won 8 times. There's some stuff in the tournament scored that way, so I don't know. Anyway, I was reviewing whether I should switch shields and whether I should switch armor, right? And we just need 3 more skill points to make this shield completely costless in terms of like all of our penalties for it. And we would get reflection as well. Although our shield, like, we would not get much more SH, right? Like right now our shields are 7. If we put it on, it would be 10, not bad. And our stuff is so castable. All right, that seems like a clear choice. We do that. And let's focus long blades, work on shields a little bit, just to get that penalty down. And we won't upgrade just yet to the... Wait, how much? Min delay of 14, min delay of 20, yes. We want to be using the longsword for a while at least, even though it does less damage. I think we do. Base damage of 15, base damage of 9. It's 50% more damage. Right? 50? Yeah, pretty close. But it's attacking like almost 50% slower. So it's not that great. And this has more pluses on it. So, okay, great, fine. Yeah, and we'll drop this buckler. And we won't yet wear the Fire Dragon scales, like I said. Those are a great upgrade once we have a few points in armor. But for now, they're making it kind of hard for us to cast spells, and they're not improving our defenses substantially. But they will once we have a bit more training. And what's the strength target we want for Fire Dragon Scales? We're probably already at it, right? It's like 13 or something? 11, yeah. I mean, I say strength target, really it's the encumbrance rating, but like a rule of thumb is you want that to be about the same. Okay, so here we are on Dungeon 12, and like I said, it's been 5 days since I played. I don't 100% remember what was going on, but it looks like I'm still headed up from the shafting with that kobold... I keep forgetting how to say the dang kobold, not necromancer, the other thing, demonologist, and Josephine. So we're headed back up, I guess. Have we found any stairs on the current floor? Boy, is it like laggy today or what? Yeah, there are stairs on the current floor. Why am I not taking these? Those do go right back to not a great place, I suppose. How about here? Those go back up to right there. And these? Do I know where these go? Am I crazy? Have they not been visited or what? Wow, the keys are taking forever. Buttons. Okay. No, I'm just dumb. That time it was my fault. Yeah, I can't tell if that's an excluded stair. No, it's just a staircase I haven't visited. Okay, so I don't know where that one goes. Let's go here. Let the mushrooms catch up. And upstairs. Okay. So Josephine is a threat, but as long as we're not in like really dumb shape when we get there, she's not like a huge threat. Okay, so how do we kill things this game? Like I said, it's been 5 days. Got to remember what I was doing. We've got hexes, and we got conjurations, and we got a sword. So we're a little bit over diversified.
We also have wands. We haven't really been using them for damage. Book of Summonings. Why am I carrying this? I don't know. It seems bad. Oh, I must have gotten it in the lab, right? Alright, so we confuse this guy and then tab him, and then he gets eaten by a snake. Or a mushroom. He was a snake. Yeah, let's just make another mushroom, why not? Potion of Invisibility, I'm glad to have back. Meanwhile, our mushrooms that we left over in this fight are still killing guys for us. We're losing a bit of piety for them getting killed, which is, I still think, like a silly, dumb mechanic, but okay, whatever. Back off, of course, so that we're not in line of sight of the eel. We no longer have Gourmand, right? Right. We traded that away for Magic Regen, which I think was a fine choice. Can confused eels swim out of water? And then, like, I'm doing air quotes with my fingers. Can they drown that way? I don't know. Because, like, land monsters, when they get confused, they can fall into water and drown. And it seems like it would be reasonable for water monsters to... Wait, how did it hit an orc? Oh, there's another eel up there. Alright, I don't want to mess with two eels at once. Well, I don't want to mess with an eel that can see me. Or that is not confused. Alright. Oh, good. No, they both... Times two. Ah, the orc, priest, and the troll both drowned. Oh, I'm a Formicid. I could dig if I wanted, but I don't. Just taking a moment to get back to grips with like what this character is all about. That's confusing. Why not? Never hurts. The eel appears to be back in good shape, which is not what I'm excited about. Water elemental? Maybe I should conjure these guys rather than like they're not very strong. Alright. I may need to back up after... Okay, we got him. Yeah, if that had not gone well, we would have had to run for it. Yeah, so they're not confusable. Fine. But our conjurations are pretty good. Even though we've been devoting a lot of energy to other forms of offense recently. In the form of like... Why did I butcher so many things when... I don't have Gourmand. I could have made one of those into mushrooms. Oh well. We've been focusing on other forms of offense in long blades and hexes recently, but our conjurations are still fine for Dungeon 11, especially for eels, who are very, very fragile. But Confuse is just such a strong spell, right? Like we're not exactly like martial arts master ninjas here, but if we get that guy confused, we can just tab him pretty easy. I don't have like any big AoE spells, right? Dazzling Spray kind of is one. Scannerins is too, but you don't want to rely on it because it's like only sometimes does it explode. I don't really understand how often. Is it based on spell power or what? I don't know. On the other hand, like there's Tsukimas, which is pretty good against monsters with weapons. You know, let's just back up to here so they're not like ganging up on me quite so much. Tab them occasionally. Apply some more Tsukimas as apply it to taste. And let's keep going. Yeah, model dragon. Sure, we can confuse him. Why not? Yeah, sounds good. And then just tab it all. See, so we're a conjurer, but do I want that? It would be. Well, let's try it, I guess. Like, now that we don't have to waste a scroll of enchant armor, it's kind of nice. We can see exactly how good it's going to do us. So right now we're at 8 and 13, right? And if we were to put this on, we're still at 8 and 13. That's interesting. And the model dragon has encumbrance of 5, whereas our leather had encumbrance of 4. So nominally, it's a tiny bit worse, but we pick up sticky flame resistance for what that's worth. And also we gain like the fact that training armor is more effective for us now. But I would rather just like, if I'm gonna be training, what? Oh, I'm wearing fire dragon armor instead of my leather. Whoops, that's why my spells are failing to cast. All right, well we'll just like tab this guy then. It doesn't really matter. Oh, it's a centaur. I don't like that so much, so we're just gonna back up in here and then tab him. Oh, actually, he'll probably get killed by mushrooms, right? Okay. Oh, a wand of lightning. That's why I was taking so much damage. Yeah, now put my leather back on. We're not ready for the fire dragon scales yet. Okay, so there's Josephine's crew, right? Try to pull one wraith away. Handle him in isolation. I wish we could get like our mushrooms back over here. But okay, we'll just dazzle him a bit. Actually, are they blindable at all? I don't know. And like a searing ray kind of thing, maybe? Another model dragon. Let's just do another searing ray. Yeah. And what the heck, we'll sear this dragon too. We're great at that. Oh no, liquid flames! If only we had if only we had model dragon armor. We'd be immune. It's not a big deal though. Yeah, nothing to eat, so we'll just have some meat here. Bunch of scrolls to remove curse, and for just a brief second there, I was like, I thought I was an Ashen's-Ari worshiper because I was looking at someone else's game earlier today who was. I was like, why do I have 6 of these? Shouldn't I be cursing my equipment? Like, no, that doesn't make sense. Don't do that. Oh, it's Urug. How lovely. So let's go ahead and just nestle ourselves in here. And then just let our mushrooms kill him. Right? He's got to be getting 3-on-1 at this point. Oh wow, he's still doing fine. Or she? Urug is she now, right? Yeah, I forgot. Sorry, babe. We got to take his sword, his evening star away. Yeah, that's hers. Man, that's a huge part of her damage output, and taking it away should make her much less threatening for all of these mushrooms. And for me. All right, and she's confused as well. Great. Let's go finish her off, shall we? Thanks for the javelins of returning, I guess. Oh, and can I make some more mushrooms? Yeah, we're a little... 4 is fine. I wouldn't mind having like 7, but I think we're doing okay enough now that I can afford to invest a bit in my piety long term rather than my short term. Searing Ray is like not the most impressive spell in the world for like dealing. Wait, what happened to my starting book? I guess I just dropped it somewhere. Oh, right. I remember now. I was heading over here when I broke off that episode like 5 days ago. Well, not that episode, but that recording. At the beginning of this episode, I was headed over here to pick up all the stuff I left at the entrance to the lab. But then I forgot. And that's where I left my book, as well as some other things, I suppose. Although I don't know what. I don't think it's urgent to go get any of it. We'll just wait till we're finished with Dungeon 11 and then head down to 12 in the normal way. Centaur, yeah. Confuse is just like, it's amazing. And for some reason, Formicids have a good aptitude for it. Who knows? I don't need to keep praying. I'm used to doing that for Fedhas. I don't have to. I need to remember that. I'm sort of like instinctively pressing the pray button for no real reason. I'm not in a huge... it's fine when I'm doing it like because I need to make mushrooms immediately. And it's like not a disaster to cast it even when I don't need... Or not cast, but to use it even when I don't need to. But like, if the only thing I'm getting out of it is like annoyed, then I should stop doing it. Alright, we're done with Dungeon 11, finally. It feels like it took days. LOL. Badjokes.com. Is that a place? I don't know. Don't go there, just in case. Don't go to a strange website that someone on the internet mentions to you. It might not be a place you want to go. Just like do your own investigation. I won't be held responsible for anyone who goes to a website that turns out to not be what I guessed it might be just from the URL. Alright, new ring. What do we got here? Oh, good. Loudness. Oh, that reminds me. Let's go back upstairs here. And, I was wearing poison resistance before I went into the lab, but I switched because I knew there would not be a lot of poison threats in the lab. But now that we're out, I do prefer poison resistance to strength. Okay, so now let's read some of these new scrolls we have. Capital H, we got Fear. All right. Capital M, we got Brand Weapon. Brand Weapon. Well, sure, let's get that greatsword going, I guess. That's pretty good. And Fedhas doesn't mind that, right? No, it wouldn't be... If he did, branding wouldn't give it to us. So, okay, that's pretty cool. It might be time to switch to that, actually. Just getting a lot more sustain that way. The damage it does is probably similar. Maybe a little less even. But Vamp is like pretty good. So I think I'll go with that. Alright, let's swap. Why not? Take advantage of our Formicid heritage. And wield a two-hander with a shield. Yeah, alright. And I'll just drop this old one. Cool. Well, that was a nice find. Actually, I don't want to rebrand this Vamp at all. So one thing I could do is brand the old one, and then like if it's flaming, I could switch to it for Hydras? I think that's pretty silly. I'll just switch to like mushrooms against Hydras, right? Yeah. And then I can have branding for when I find like a Demon Blade or a triple sword or something later on in the game. Alright, let's also drop all this hunting sling stuff because we're not going to be swapping away from this frequently. Okay. Do we have more stuff to read? Yes, capital T, please, is recharging. Give me... These are all bad. Disintegration and digging, I'd be happy to recharge, but I'm a formicid, so like I don't need them very much. Disintegration is probably my best damage wand, honestly. Yeah, let's take lightning. Alright, and identify like a potion, please. Berserk Rage. Okay. Formicids can't go fast, so we don't need that. Yeah. Okay. So tabbing is getting easier. That's nice. Do we have a cloak already? We do. Let's search for gloves and boots. Okay, so we missed a pair of gloves on Dungeon 10. Let's go get those. Alright, kobolds, feel my wrath. Yeah, that's right. Conjurers can hold tab too. Alright, let's wear the gloves. And we're also missing boots, right? Alright, we didn't forget any of those on the ground, at least. We don't have any enchant armor. Okay. So let's try to make sure we get all of our wandering mushrooms back. There's like another one lying around somewhere, right? But I guess he's down on Dungeon 12? Yes. Alright. And we tabbed a Wraith successfully. You know, the vampirism is not helping with that, really. We're weaker against Wraiths than we were before we switched, but I feel good because, I don't know, it's a cool weapon, so there. A shop with food in it, how exciting. Let's not approach a hill giant who has a weapon, shall we? That was a poorly managed, Yeah, alright. So, we got his weapon. Now let's get the ogre's weapon. Okay. And, try to make sure... I took some damage there semi on purpose. Because I preferred to take a hit or two rather than losing mushrooms, because I knew I was not in any immediate danger of being killed. But once I had them all confused and disarmed, it was probably fine to let them start hitting my mushrooms. So we kind of want, like, not that, like this. All right, let's just throw that all on the list so I remember it. Ringmail. I guess if it had enough pluses, it would be better than leather and better than our fire dragon for now. So I should go look at that ringmail. Get it, wear it. +0 of fire resistance. So we're at 812. I keep reading the look. 812. This is 913. So is it worth one of each defense to me to have fire resist? Yeah. Seems okay. Like, it makes a small amount of difference against most threats. And a pretty big difference against fire resistance, fire damage enemies. But there aren't really a lot of those right now. Did I forget to go to Lair? Should I be going to Lair? I guess I should. Jesus, this game's been going on forever. Oh my gosh. Alright. Well, we're almost done with Dungeon 12. Let's just finish that off. I think the fire resist is kind of silly, actually. There's plate, of course, that's fine, but I think the fire dragon armor is going to be better for quite a while. And by the time I get to the point where I'm like, yeah, boy, I really got to have the extra armor that plate offers, I sort of expect that that I'll maybe have, I don't know. Fire is like less armor than plate, but not a lot less, and it's way less encumbrance. So it's like usually a pretty good trade. All right, let's go grab the stuff we left at the entrance to the lab here, or at least the stuff that we want. Oh, we have a +3 shield. So we were looking at which of these shields to take. I had forgotten. Yes. Okay. And like, is the reflection better for us than a +3? And I think the answer is actually no. So let's just drop that. Wear the new shield. Drop like our tomahawks, I guess. I'm just sort of carrying those things out of like, I don't know, no good reason. And this, and I don't need resist corrosion for a long time. Nor like these excess wands of disintegration or polymorph, nor brand weapon, nor lignification, nor these books. Now, are there any spells on this list that I want to be carrying with me so that I can learn them later? Battlesphere could be nice, but I'm kind of not going in that direction. Recall? Kind of cute for our mushrooms, I guess. Huh, that's a good way to overcome the fact that they can't move while enemies are in sight, and I never thought about that. But yeah, I don't really want any of this stuff that badly, so just leave it here, I guess. Okay. What about non-book things? The pizza. Sure. All right. Go to the entrance to lair. Here we are, at last. Okay. And I think that's going to do it for this episode. I think we've set a record for number of episodes before finally making it to lair. It's been a ride with all this self-shafting. Anyway, but look, we're finally ready to go in. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.